What's up, everybody? It's Alex from Heavy New York, invading Louisville, Kentucky for Louder Than Live 2019, and we are here with Redd Kross. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us.
So your newest record is Beyond the Door. It's the first record since 2012. Is this just picking up where you left off since 2012, or do you think that this record's a fresh start?
Well, I mean, it's a progression. There's a few different members in the band since the last album, which was called Researching the Blues. They're both on Merge Records. It's our 8th album. Our first album was in 1980, so we're looking at about 40 years at this point.
Yeah.
We were children.
We were children. I was 12 on our first album.
One thing I was curious about is you mentioned that there's been new members for this particular album. Did they bring some newer elements that maybe Redd Kross didn't have previously?
Well, it's not that we didn't have them previously. They just bring their own flavor.
Okay.
And any member that's ever been in our band has always been from our immediate musician family pool anyway. I mean, Jason we've known for years, and Jason Shapiro we've known for years, and he's a guitar player, and Dale
Crover.
Yeah, Steven's been playing with the Melvins for years, and we've all kind of interrelated. You know, even with the last lineup, the Researching the Blues lineup, we all know each other.
But all the songs are still written mostly by Jeff, and I've written a bit more on this record, so the songwriting team hasn't changed.
Very interesting. Do you take, since it's been 40 years, like you said, do you take a new approach to every album, or do you try to maintain your sound and be consistent?
I never try to maintain the sound. You always want to. Maybe that's why we take so long. So you always want to stumble into something that just sounds different. I've never felt the need to maintain.
Nah, every record's different.
Yeah.
Our following is taxed with the job of getting into all the different directions we've taken on our records. Because if you hear, say, Born Innocent from 1982, and that's your introduction to Redd Kross, you're going to be really confused when you hear Beyond the Door, and vice versa.
But not anymore. Now everyone pretty much knows they're going to get a variety. It's like right now we're doing this duo tour with the Melvins, and so both bands are playing hour-long sets. But if Redd Kross was doing, when we come back and do our own tour, we're like the Rolling Stones. We have we can play 3-hour sets, and people will still be mad that we missed out certain songs. So it's really that's one of the advantages to being around.
And then also on the topic of taking, like you were talking about, 2012 being the last time we did a record, and you were still in high school. And then I said congratulations, assuming he graduated. I don't know if he did, but you did.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We kind of have a theory that songwriting is sort of like procreating, and that a songwriter is similar to, say, a woman with her eggs in her ovaries, and women are born with their lifetime allotment of eggs before they go, and then they go through menopause, and then they're gone. So I think that songwriters are born with their lifetime allotment of songs. Sometimes people continue to write songs long after their allotment is dried up,
right,
and that's problematic.
Like groups that have have been around a long time but have 40 albums. We've only have 8 albums.
We have 8 albums. That's an album every 5 years.
It's been a benefit to us not to be as prolific as some.
So
we're the quality. People say, "How are your records still good?" Well, we haven't wasted all of our good songs.
We haven't gone through songwriting menopause yet.
Yeah, it hasn't happened.
Songwriting menopause?
Yeah, that's not happened.
If you make an album that you know is bad, that's what you should title it.
Oh, but that's what we'll blame it on.
Yeah, there you go. Here's my favorite question to ask every artist, because it's always the hardest question for them to answer.
I know. What is the meaning of life?
No.
Okay.
How do you know when a song is done?
No, wait, I got to wait. I need you to clarify. Do you mean the production or the writing?
Oh, the writing. That's easy. I mean, you just know. And sometimes you have to time it. Sometimes this song feels like it's going on forever, and it's it's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, it's good, it's done. I mean, sometimes it's just as practical as that.
Well, when you have words and music for the entire 3 minutes.
When I know it's done, when the lyrics are finished, usually.
Yeah. Lyrics are usually last, I think, for most writers, unless you start with lyrics. So So once you got the lyrics, and they don't embarrass you, that's the other hard part.
And the final question I wanted to ask you is because songwriting is a completely different talent, a different skill than just simply being able to play music. Do you have a similar energy when you're playing live versus like in the studio or in a practice space, or is it a completely separate mind frame altogether?
Well, we don't practice our stage moves, but we get really sweaty and like play, come out of the rehearsal room wet.
What do you mean we don't practice our stage moves? Come on,
We've
Jeff, be
been
honest.
doing them for so long, we don't need to anymore.
Our choreography.
Yeah. Like
There are two different art forms, live and recordings, you know. I mean, I think that band can be a really good live band and can never figure out how to capture it with their songwriting or their recording in the studio. And I think it's for us, our initial draw to being in a band was to get on stage.
Yeah.
So we were a live band first, and that part has been very intuitive for us. I feel, for me, our songwriting and our records have slowly refined, and where now, to me, I think they just get better and better.
Yeah. And the fans that we have had for years and years are always very surprised that when we release a new record and they like it. You know, it's a really rare phenomenon in the world of rock and roll that someone's new record would be really good.
Yeah.
It happens, but I have to say, it's true in our case.
When you come see us live and we play a new song, you probably won't want to go to the bathroom.
So before we go, I want to thank you so much for your time. Is there just anything else you would like to promote for the Beyond the Door record cycle?
Just Beyond the Door, come to our shows. We'll be in a town near you, I'm sure, at some point.
We're on
We're
tour
just
with
starting.
we're on tour with the Melvins right now. It's called Melvins Redd Kross Escape from Hollywood Tour. It's a 53-day tour. We're only about a third through it right now, so depending on when this airs,
Midnight.
check your local listings because we'll probably be coming towards you very soon.
Well, thank you guys so much. Everybody, we are here with Redd Kross, Beyond the Door, out now. Be sure to pick that up. This is Alex from Heavy New York. We'll see you next time.